let me begin by saying I started hiding my intelligence. I started hiding my intelligence myself from you guys in grade 2, I think it was. I can remember, I still remember it clear as day. That was a long time ago. I'm not going to say exactly how long ago. I mean, dude, I'm a guy. Is this zoomed in or what? No, that's the way it is. But like I kept on putting my hands up, and I was always answering the teacher's questions, and the other kids weren't. And then the kids' heads would start snapping back at me, like looking at me like. And I could feel like from them like the tension and sort of the dislike. And eventually that day I stopped because I didn't want to feel that hate, that dislike. Grade fucking 2. Now, whether that's just innate or also in part because I had an abusive upbringing, emotional and otherwise, and it's the female parents, so don't and they had birth mother, but I don't like using that name or that word description for her because from what I understand, most mothers are not like that. That's not a common thing, and it's a good thing, or boy, we'd have a very disgusting society, completely savage, ugly one. So anyways, so whether that's from that, the abuse prior, that, being like sort of putting yourself down, never, if you're not perfect and it's not good enough sort of thing. Maybe there's some of that too, but there's also an innate feeling, right? You've got to, you can be callous under those circumstances, or you can be whatever you are, I think. And I was whatever I was, which was more like a nature boy, not a hateful coward or abusive person. Anyways, so that's what I did. I stopped doing that then. And then years later, about 10 years later, I was in college, or CEGEP in Montreal, we call it. And I was doing self-awareness exercises because at that stage, I was succeeding academically, doing everything society said I should do. But I was extraordinarily unhappy, very depressed, sort of like I was empty, I was basically lonely and unhappy, I think is what it was, living on my own at a younger age there. Anyways, so during that phase, I was riding the bus, I'll never forget, the 144 going up Pine Avenue towards where those scumbags live up on the hill. Ask me about that later. And at the St. Urban stop, St. Urban, a man got on. Dirty jeans, sort of working boots, like, just a working guy, maybe a plumber. And, I had an immediate feeling of revulsion towards him. And since I was going through self-awareness exercises at the time, I was like, hang on, Michael, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why would you feel disgust? Why would you be repelled? Why would you not? Like, why would you have what is, in essence, a form of hatred for this guy? So, in my dumbass mind, 17, I decided it was my elocution level, my verbal skills, which were certainly advanced by then, really, really well. And I'm talking, elocution, erudition, vocabulary, narrative, whatever, all of it, very, very high level and, multisyllabic, quite multisyllabic. I mean, years later, I went into like biochemistry, and if you can't handle multisyllabic words, y'all gonna have a big problem there. As they might say, oh, we're at the park, maybe we should go down there, eh? Well, I'll swing back. Well, yeah, let's go through the park now. Whoops. Let's go through the park now. All right, let's go find a way, see if there's any pavement. I might not. I might just stay on the road because it's slogging through the snow. But hey, what the hell? Anyways, so I decided to get rid of that as a way to protect myself against being a crazy snob. So you hear my verbal skills, the way I speak, and then sometimes you'll look at my written word. Not all of it. I mean, a lot of it's just crazy, man stuff, but or just normal man stuff for me. But if you look at the other stuff, the more precise stuff, it was like, fuck, what the hell? There's all this multi-syllabic stuff that seems to be at odds with the way that I speak. Well, that's because the way I speak is not the way I think. This is a habitual thing I developed in order to ensure I was more like everyone else and not a prick to everyone else. So, so those are two ways, earlier in my years I set myself up to hide my intelligence from others, in order to have a more social, more, connectedness with everything, right?